It's the big one, the Championship playoffs, and we've got some predictions for you.
Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome to Let's Talk EFL. I'm James.
And I'm Millie.
And it's the big one. It's the Championship playoffs. I can't wait.
Me too. This is so many strong teams. Every single team in this are so strong. It's going to be so good. It's hard to call, but we're going to try.
Fingers crossed we might actually get some right this time.
Just a quick disclaimer as well is we are not experts. So this is all just a bit of fun. Please do not cry in the comments if we knock your team out in the semi-finals.
So, first leg. Norwich versus Leeds. I've gone for Norwich 2, Leeds 1. Okay. I think that Leeds are going to be a bit nervy going into this first leg. Their track record in playoffs has not been good. So, that's the reason why I'm putting it down as 2-1 to Norwich.
Fair enough. I've gone for Norwich 1, Leeds 0. I don't think Leeds are going to settle into this game at all. And Norwich will just nick the goal that they need, basically, because I don't think there's going to be many goals in the whole tie, personally. I think it's going to be very on edge, very tetchy. I think both teams are going to be nervous, but Leeds have got a huge hurdle to jump over right now, and Norwich have hit a bit of form, actually. They're a bit of a dark horse, so I am going for Norwich 1, Leeds 0.
Because you can't really take league form into account now. It is the playoffs, so form does go out the window. But I think Norwich are more seasoned. They've had success in the playoffs, so that's why I'm going for Norwich for the first leg.
On to the second leg of the same tie. Leeds, Norwich. What are you going for?
I think it's going to be 1-1, second leg. It's going to be a tough one for Norwich. You know, being at Elland Road, there's going to be nearly 40,000 Leeds fans cheering them on. But I think Leeds could only just get one goal. And Norwich will get that other goal. And then it's just going to eliminate Leeds out of the competition.
And I've gone Leeds 0, Norwich 0. So also for me, that eliminates Leeds from the final. Like I said before, Leeds have got a mountain to climb when it comes to confidence and just trying to get over a couple of setbacks actually in their last couple of results. And I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do that in time for such a high pressure competition such as the Championship playoffs. So much at stake. Norwich have had experience. Leeds have too, but as you said earlier on, historically Leeds don't do well in the playoffs. While they are favourites, and I can understand why, because of, the points tally at the end of the season and just how strong that squad is. I just think on the occasion they might just fall short, and that will leave Norwich in my final two.
Yeah, definitely. As you said, they've got a mountain to climb, and it's going to be really hard. It's going to be hard for Leeds this time, I think. I mean, they could prove us wrong. They could go on to win it. Of course, we're no experts.
Any of these clubs could go on to win it. I mean, like Absolutely. I said, this is like a lottery at this point. With these four teams, it could be any one of those going up, and they're all with the same chances as each other. It is just about who has got that bottle on to turn up at this competition, because like I say, it is a very, very high stake, this competition.
Yeah, and I feel like sorry again Leeds, but when it came to pressure in the league, especially towards the end of the season when it really mattered, they crumbled. Leeds did crumble. So they lost 2-1 to Southampton, they lost 4-0 to Queen's Park Rangers. Like, those are games that they really should have won, especially the Southampton one being at home. Southampton are a very, very strong side, but home advantage, you should really think that Leeds are going to take away the 3 points, or at least a point against Southampton. Queen's Park Rangers again, no, I don't think anyone was expecting that. So overall, that's why Norwich are going into the final for me, because I don't think Leeds can hack it.
Okay, that settles that then. So on to West Brom versus Southampton. What have you gone?
I've gone for 1-1 first leg. I think it's going to be a bit tight. Southampton and West Brom are going to go for it. This is probably against each other. They're the easiest opportunity they've got. So both really good teams, both seasoned. You know, great quality, great squad depth, but 1-1.
I've done exactly the same as you. I've said 1-1 in that first leg, and I absolutely agree. It's like you took the words out of my mouth. This is the first time we've seen each other's predictions. But I feel exactly the same way. I think this tie is going to be the more entertaining out of the two. I think they are going to both be up for it, like you said. And I think at the Hawthorns, it's just going to be this first leg, very hard to break them apart.
Yeah.
So yeah, 1-1 for me as well for this one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very tight, but very cagey. I think both teams are going to be a little bit nervous because one team is obviously going to go 1-0 up and then they want to hold on. I think they're going to try and park the bus and then they're going to let the goal slip in. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring first leg. It's too much to play for. They're going to rely more on the second leg, to one of them anyway, to kill each other off.
Okay, and for the second leg, what have you gone for?
I've gone for Southampton 1, West Brom 3. I think West Brom are going to prevail. It's going to be a big one. I think West Brom are going to go ahead. So it's 1-0. Southampton going to equalise, so it'll be the same as before, and then all of a sudden West Brom will just catch them on the break. Because I've noticed as well, Southampton like to play it from the back, and you're not very good at it. So that's another reason why I'm thinking, I've seen a lot of that happen at home. That's why I'm saying West Brom are going to win 3-1 at St Mary's.
I've gone for Southampton 2, West Brom 3. So I have also gone for the West Brom away win there, and which will leave West Brom in my final too. Again, so weird that you said that, because I think that this is going to be a flip-flop game. It's going to be someone scores, then the other side score, then they score, then they score. And it'll be whoever scores first, which for me and my prediction would be West Brom, will just get that third goal and then it will just stop. And I think it's going to be a really entertaining game at St Mary's. And again, I'm not writing Southampton off at all. I have no real solid reason to say West Brom. I've just chosen one. I'm not gonna lie. I've just chosen one because this is a lottery.
Thought you were an expert.
Oh yeah, clearly, yeah. I've just had to choose one there. I've actually gone on form. I'll tell a lie. I've gone on form. I've literally just, and I know that the playoffs is anyone's game. It's who turns up wins, basically.
Definitely.
But if we factor the form into it, if I can't separate two teams, I am going to factor that form in. And West Brom are the more informed side out of the two. So that's where West Brom pipped it for me, and that's how they landed a place in my final.
I mean, Southampton could go on as they were, because, they beat the playoff favourites, Leeds. I know that was in the league, but if they can beat Leeds, they can beat anyone, even if Leeds have had a bad run. So I do personally believe that West Brom will go through, but it is, as you said, it's anyone's game. Like, Southampton could absolutely spank them. So it remains to be seen. So that means that both of our finals are Norwich against West Brom.
Spooky.
It is a little bit. I mean, I've had an inkling that we were going to get something similar. To be fair, I thought you would have had Leeds instead of Norwich in there, personally, before when we went away and did our predictions. So I'm a little bit surprised that you put Norwich down. It's the same.
You're in for another surprise in a minute.
Oh, okay. So, right, I've gone for Norwich 2, West Brom 2 after extra time, and West Brom to win on penalties. I think it's going to be really, really tight. It's at Wembley, stakes are high, no one wants to mess up. It's going to be really, really tight. It's going to be very, very sketchy, I think. I think there's going to be a few controversial decisions, and As it's like what, £120 million game or something. It's like
Get
richest
themselves
game
ready
of
for the
football.
Premier League, to be honest with you, because there'll
Yeah.
be plenty there where that came from.
Yeah,
So, so you've gone 2-2, West Brom win on penalties.
Yep.
I've gone for Norwich 2, West Brom 1. So I've got Norwich to win the playoffs. And I think the reason why I chose Norwich is because nobody else are choosing them. It's because nobody's really thinking about it. Everyone's sort of saying Leeds are favourites. Yeah, fair enough. West Brom are in good form, and Southampton beat Leeds at the end of the season. So they're all sort of on the surface. And Norwich was so bad against Birmingham.
They're really, really
And
bad.
you know what the playoffs are like? I just think that Norwich, the dark horses here, are going to just do it. They're going to just manage it. And it's going to come from a place of experience, a place of, you know, we've been here before and we know what we're doing and we're not bottle jobs. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I've gone for Norwich to win the playoffs in the end.
Yeah, I mean, well, the Norwich manager, David Wagner, he did it with Huddersfield, didn't he?
He did.
So, and back then I wasn't really expecting Huddersfield to go into the Premier League, so he might have a few tricks up his sleeve. But I think that's actually a good shout, to be fair.
Well, I think yours is as well. West Brom could easily win it.
Yeah, but
so could Leeds and Southampton. This is the thing. We're going to have to re-record a whole new video if our final isn't correct. So sorry about that, but we're just getting a bit ahead of ourselves. We're excited. Leave us alone, all right? But yeah, that is our championship playoff predictions.
a quick one though, like we did with the previous videos.
Got him.
Out of those 4 teams, who do you think would survive, if any of them? I mean, you can go first this time.
Okay, so I've done it again. The team that I think will go up, I think will come straight back down. Yeah, I mean, they are a yo-yo club. And I don't think just because they've been out of the Premier League for a couple of seasons now that they're suddenly going to change their ways. I do think that they are repeat offenders of a yo-yo system. And I don't think they've changed their ways at all. So they're going to come back down if they go up, I think. West Brom, bit of the same.
Not so much, though.
I'm not going to lie, not so much, but a little bit of the same. I think they could maybe spend, if not 1 season, 2 in the Premier League and then be back in the Championship. Whereas Leeds, once they're back up into the Premier League, I can't see them coming back down for a little while, like they did before. And Southampton, I don't know. 50-50, I don't know. What about you?
Right, I'm going to go with... so I'll go Norwich first. Straight back down, sorry boys. But I can't see Norwich staying up, in all honesty. I think they're a great Championship club, not so good Premier League club. I just can't see. It's almost, again, I don't want to like slate Norwich because I do really like Norwich.
Well, don't do it then. Just
no, but they just go up and then they come back down again. They don't really stay for long in the Premier League. I'd like them to stay long, for a long time in the Premier League. And they could well do. They could prove us wrong. We're no experts.
Maybe they've changed their ways.
Maybe. I mean, maybe they'll get a bit more back in and can buy a few more decent players just to keep them afloat for a couple of seasons. But moving on to West Brom. I think West Brom will probably survive the first season, maybe the second season. After that, I'm not too sure. It depends on how they obviously invest in players. But I can't see them going straight back down, personally.
They could.
But I just can't really see that happening. Leeds. I think Leeds will go straight back down because I can't see them staying up. I can't see them staying up. They've got Premier League quality. Yeah, they are a Premier League team. Their fans are Premier League fans. They deserve it. They deserve to be in the Premier League. But I can't see, unless this is, sorry, but I think unless they got rid of Daniel Farker, they'll be going down. Because Daniel Farker has had a history with Norwich of bringing them up, absolutely smashing the league. You did smash the league this season. Yeah, it was just very, very unlucky that
The 2 others did as well.
2 others did as well. Yeah, normally, you know, like it's a 2-horse race, not a 3-horse race.
Yeah.
So it's really unlucky for Leeds. But you know, Daniel Farker has brought Norwich up, and then they've gone straight back down. So unless they make, I like Daniel Farker as a manager, I really do. You know, but I think unless they change manager for a more experienced person that can actually keep them in the Premier League, I can't see them staying up. And that's a really big call, because I'd like them to stay up, but I just personally, in my opinion, can't see them. Southampton, on the other hand, I could see them stay up. But again, if they had a different manager, I don't think Russell Martin would cut it in the Premier League. They would need someone with a lot more experience. This is really controversial, so I'm really sorry, but again, these are my opinions. You know, I don't want to offend anyone, but out of all of them, I think Southampton would be the ones to stay up for a longer amount of time.
Re-establish themselves as the Premier
Absolutely.
League club again.
Yeah.
I'm very 50-50 with Southampton, because it was when they did come down from the Premier League that season, that was a horrendous season that they had, and
Yeah, it was.
they've done well to get playoffs, but it's been a really challenging Championship league this season, and they've not won it. They started off really badly in this season,
They did.
and it looked like they might not even make it through the season, you know.
Right.
So fair play to them for doing that. But yeah, it's a really hard call. They're 50-50 for me. So that's that. That is our Championship predictions. Please leave a like on the video, and please leave a comment. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree? Tell us why.
I'm expecting a lot of disagrees. So.
Don't get mad. Don't get
Yeah.
mad. Like, not in the mood. But also, yeah, if you like the video, please subscribe, because we will be doing many more of these next season, and we'll also be doing some fun bits during the close season too, and we'll continue with the playoffs.
Absolutely.
So yeah, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
See ya.
See ya.